What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Stat Sheets podcast. Of course, you got myself, Alex, with my guy, my NBA expert, Najee. And as you can see behind Najee, we got two of the best players in the league, right? Nikola Jokic and Jason Tatum. But before we get into our topic for today, make sure you guys like, subscribe, hit that bell for our notifications on all of our videos, where we're going to be talking about NBA topics, NFL topics, and all of your favorite sports. Without further ado, let's hop into what we're going to be talking about today. I just mentioned Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum. We're going to be talking about some of the best players in the league because there was a debate Najee brought to my attention about, is LeBron James still a top 5 player in the NBA? Of course, this was a debate between Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce. And, they had their differences. Kevin Garnett said, yeah. Paul Pierce said, no. So we're going to kind of debate our own opinions of, is LeBron James still that top 5 player in the league? And we kind of got some names to throw out. But let me throw it to you, Najee. What do you think about LeBron James? Is he still top 5?
That man is undoubtedly the greatest of all time. Some hate to hear it, but you got to face that fact. You put MJ, you put LeBron, whatever, right? We love LeBron. And Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce did have a kind of heated debate for like a minute, had my boy Tony Allen there, and the debate was definitely on if LeBron is top 5. So what made me start thinking, who are the top 5 players in the NBA today, and who is even top 10? So for number 1, of course, you got to go the 2-time, probably should be 3-time MVP, Nikola Jokic. He's my number 1. At the number 2, of course, I got the two-way menace that plays in Philly, the process, Joel Embiid. At 3, this is a guy that could have won some NBA championships, could have won some MVPs. They're still figuring it out. He's still a little immature, but he's growing every year. Luka Doncic is the 3rd greatest player. It does not get enough respect. I hear Tatum a lot. I hear Shai a lot. This guy's the 3rd best player in the NBA today. And speaking of Shai, he's sitting at my number 4. The guy can do it all. Probably the greatest scorer in the league today. Can score at all levels. A very underrated facilitator and solid on the defensive end as well. And he's going to lead that team to a championship sooner rather than later. And at number 5, right, is LeBron here? Is LeBron not? This 5 and 6 was tough for me because I was thinking, should I put LeBron there or should I put Kevin Durant? Put LeBron James. LeBron James is a top 5 greatest player in NBA today. And of course, with that being said, Kevin Durant's number 6. I got Stephen Curry at number 7 still. Giannis has dropped to number 8. AD is number 9. And Jason Tatum hasn't even cracked top 10. Kawhi Leonard is sitting there. I think what we do in the NBA is we give a lot of credit to scoring. We don't look at defensive. We don't look at leadership. We don't look at the stats that do not show up on the stat sheet, right? And that's why my list is here: leadership, defense, accountability, heart and soul of a team, and simply just a player. Of course, stats play a role, but watch the game. And what does the game show you about these players that the stats don't? And that's where you separate the two. LeBron is top 5 because LeBron can do it all. He's 38. He can give you 30, 10, and 10 every night, right? Shoots high percentage from the field. Is a great leader. The only knock on LeBron right now could be his defense. And that's why you get Cam Reddish and Torius Prince to boost on those rotations. So LeBron don't got to give all his efforts on the defensive end, right? And he can still hold his own on the defensive end. The only problem is just the slow rotations from him, right? He still does everything else great. So LeBron James is a top 5 player. It was tough for me, but Kevin Garnett said that like LeBron is just the best player in the world right now. He's not. If you're grabbing LeBron over Luka, Embiid, or Jokic at this point, then you just don't know basketball. So as much as I don't agree with a lot of things that Paul Pierce says, Paul Pierce was right on this. No, he was right with some of the names he said, but he still is a top 5 player. Let me put it like that. So, Alex, how you feel about that?
I don't know what surprises me more. The fact that you put LeBron in your top 5, or you drop Giannis to what was it? You said 8?
Giannis is 8, yes.
Let me hear that 5 through 10 one more time.
LeBron is 5. Kevin Durant is 6. Stephen Curry is 7.
Okay.
Giannis is 8. Anthony Davis is 9. And Kawhi Leonard is number 10.
That's
And the
crazy.
10 spot could have went to multiple guys, but my bias was inserted heavily right here. Kawhi Leonard.
Interesting. See, me, we have the same top three. I'm cool with the top three. I got Giannis at my 4. I think Giannis is still, you could say what you want about his defensive efforts, but he's gonna get you 30 points a game. He's gonna give you double-digit assists. And you talk about leadership. He leads that Bucks team, yeah.
I mean, you can lead them on the floor, but I'm saying vocally, get guys engaged, pick up the slack in certain areas, pushing them, but also guiding them, right? And that's what I see as leadership. And the reason I only knock Giannis down so much is because Giannis is the best off-ball defender, not the best on-ball defender. Giannis, he's not a great jump shooter, not a great free throw shooter, and he isn't the best facilitator. With that being said, that is the only reason he got knocked down so much, because I think where he lacks, some other guys excel, and I just had to kind of make it work where it worked. So just respect to him, though.
Interesting. Well, with that being said, I do agree with the fact that LeBron is a top 5 player in the league. Because the more I look at it, the more I can't just deny the greatness, especially at his age. I mean, he's pushing 40. And, there's a lot of older guys in the league, right? I mean, I know I still got my guy Chris Paul out there in the league. KD's in his mid-30s, right? But LeBron, nearly 40 years old, putting up still great numbers. I mean, you would still think he's in his early 30s the way he's playing. Say what you want about the in-season tournament, whether that means anything or not, that just shows, like you said, his leadership. Will the Lakers be there in the actual NBA finals? Probably not. I don't think so. But it shows, hey, anything can happen. Anything can happen. But it does show you LeBron's efforts on and off the court to make that team better, or at least the best that they can be. And he still puts up great numbers. He's got AD, which by the way, I got AD in my top 10 as well. I would put Curry in there. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about the guy behind you there, Jason Tatum.
I just think that we praise scoring a lot, and while he is one of the greatest scorer in the league, he's not a top 10 player in this league. So I can't do that. Let me hear your list, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. Let me hear them in order.
There's one and two. Of course, we got Jokic at 1. I think that's got to be consensus league wide. It's crazy if you don't. Got Luka at 2 and Embiid at 3. You can probably switch them back and forth. Okay.
Respect it.
I got Giannis at 4. And then, ever since you brought the KD LeBron type, debate back and forth, maybe it bumped KD up my list. I had KD at like 8, but then I got LeBron at 5, KD to 6. Okay. And then we got Curry right there at 7. I think Curry's definitely got a good debate for a top 5, in my opinion. He's got to be there because that's another guy pushing heavy in his age and still producing at an elite level. I got Jason Tatum at 8, AD at 9, and then 10 was a toss-up for me between all these young guards, right? Because you had SGA at what, 4, I think?
Yes.
That's great praise, and I do appreciate that because he is one of the best players in the league. Would I put him that high yet? No, but the reason I have him so low is because I think they have a lot of room to develop, and their future rankings they'll get up there. But my top 10 comes between 5 younger guards, right? We got SGA, Tyrese Halliburton, who's having a crazy season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Edwards, De'Aaron Fox, Devin Booker.
Mm.
Those 5, I think I'd put SGA at my 10, and the other 4, they can work their way up there. But those 5 guards, they're all, well, I mean, Booker's older than them all, right? But they're all young guards that produce elite numbers. And say what you want about the defense, because I know you're a heavy defensive guy, but they're better than Kawhi Leonard right now. I'm sorry to tell you that.
I this is where certain things just play a part to me. You got Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, two of the best defensive wings on the same team. You got PJ Tucker, another one of the best defensive wings. So you got all that defensive talent. He just doesn't have to take on the bulk of the defensive load anymore, and especially because of his injuries. So that's a part where numbers don't tell you the whole story. Two, man, you got me when you say Ant Edwards. But the reason Ant wasn't even consideration to me because Ant just started really doing like he's been competing, but to be that guy, he just seems like that stretch started this year. So I just couldn't push him up there. Same for D Book, great scorer, solid on the defensive end, but what would he be without Chris Paul? We saw what he did without Chris Paul. Now he got to have, and I saw what Shai did as soon as he left the Clippers, and once Chris Paul left, and this the development of him. So I respect that you put him in your top 10. I actually do. I am fond of your list, all except for the Jason Tatum. I'm not mad at it.
I mean, it's fair enough, fair enough. But I mean, I think this goes to tell you there's a lot of talent in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy that you had Tatum up there and you don't want to put him in your top 10. It's crazy.
Put him up there because he made the finals. This is the only reason that he's yeah, that's the only reason is because they made the finals. So yeah, but I'm not a huge Jason Tatum fan.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm not gonna sit here and praise Tatum. I'm not gonna praise the Celtics.
No.
But I do think he is an elite scorer. I think he's definitely up there. If he's not top 10, he's got to be at least top 20, top 15.
For sure.
Definitely up there. But I love all the talent the NBA's got to offer, right? And no matter what, almost 40-year-old LeBron is top 5.
Yeah, hey man. Shout out to the league. It's constantly evolving. In season tournament, the Lakers just won. Pacers showed that there are no subpar team. They are here, probably, right? So the young guys are coming, the old guys are still here to stay, and the NBA is full of talent. You just never know what's going to happen. With that being said, we appreciate you guys for tuning in on this episode of the Stat Sheet. Tell us who y'all think y'all top 5, top 10 are. If y'all agree with us or not, comment, like, subscribe, and share the videos. We appreciate y'all. We out.